I actually described your personalities and who you were.
Oh, geez.
And I was like,
sign up for this.
okay, now
Let's argue.
yeah, now I'm going to confront this guy on being late for work or something like that. And it was like it had you nailed down to a T. And so I was just thinking, like, how can we utilize this in a way that would help people personally? So, like, they know they have a hard conversation coming up, or they know that they just want to go in and have a conversation, but it not be super confrontational. So you can prompt Copilot and say, hey, they call, like, Big Tony is what they called you, like Copilot. Big Tony.
I've been
He's
called
like,
worse.
hey, no. And so, hey, this is if Big Tony wouldn't really respond, if Tim wouldn't really respond, you would say something like, Big Tony would probably have that like toned down, and then it totally like modifies and then changes the way that that conversation goes.
Yeah, you're using it in a way more advanced way.
Wait,
than
that is awesome. I am absolutely going to steal that at our next Copilot webinar, because we've talked to people about when you're help it draft an email that's difficult to tell someone we're not going to accept them for the job. You know, they've been declined for XYZ role, but make it soft and compassionate and that kind of thing.
Empathetic.
So we've talked about including the emotional or the tone that you want, and that helps to generate that. I've never thought about role playing and plugging in a personality of the people you're managing, right? And I mean, and you took the heartless person and the super hearted person.
You're not heartless.
Put them on the same podcast.
No, you're not heartless.
I came out looking good there, so I'm okay. Go, continue.
You guys have very different personalities, so I thought it interesting to go both ways and just see. And it was so good at it. And so what that I think can do from a mental health perspective, especially people that have social anxieties or whatever, is say, hey, role play this in a safe way where they can at least have a mindset of, okay, the conversation could go really well, and give them the confidence to say, okay, great. Or, hey, you know what? Dean's going to be a little bit more unreasonable. No, you know what? I'm just kidding.
I mean, it does
you can
take the level of anxiety down going in, especially as a manager, supervisor, you name it.
Totally.
Well, and that's helpful for in this scenario, the manager, but it's also really caring for the person you're talking to. To be able to go in prepared, knowing, hey, this might not be easiest to do, but to be able to care for them well so that you can communicate this potentially hard news in a way that is thoughtful, and you can role play, so you can see a bunch of different ways. Be like, ooh, I probably should have said that different.
See, and there it was. It's super, super loving and caring to. But that's great time saving for the manager to be prepared.